Tag me in it so I can see it. So I can dap you up and congratulate you for going out and executing the right way, y'all. Because that's really what this is about. So we're kind of basing this off of a good enough framework. Okay. And I want you to focus on that. I want you to get locked in on what's good enough, not perfect, what's not optimal. Right now, I'm operating off a good enough framework. I'm basically recording from my storage space, white background, virtual background, because I'm sitting in a room full of boxes. It's not optimal, but it's good enough for what I need right now. Okay. All right. So day one, figure out what your good enough studio is. Sometimes your good enough studio is you sitting in front of a window facing the light as it's hitting you, and you're holding your phone up recording vlog style. That's a good enough studio to get your message out there. Your phone has a world-class camera and a very good microphone system. Use it. Okay. Day two is making the video. Make the video according to the framework. And you could absolutely truncate day one and day two. Once you have your studio locked in, a way that you're going to record, once you have that locked in, day two is going to be recording the video. If you want to truncate those things and make them happen on the same day, more power to you. But your goal for the second day, or the second step, I should say, is recording the video. Day three, we're going to post and promote. You're going to get a usable version of that video. It doesn't have to be all filtered out with all the ums and ahs out of it, but you absolutely can. Day three is post or promote. Get your video live. I'm trying to make this as simple as possible. A 3-step process. One, pick your method of recording, how you're going to do it. Make sure, you got decent lighting, good audio. That means sit in front of a window where sunlight's coming in, let the sunlight hit you in the face, use your phone. You got good video, good audio in one device. Record the video, post and promote. That's it. Those are your 3 steps. I'm trying to make this as simple as possible. I really am. But execution comes first. You are not going to perfect the thing by not doing the thing. It never happens like that, y'all. So that's what we got. Again, like I said, for me, I am big about going out and executing. And here's the thing, I'm Mr. ADHD. I got all the bouquet of stuff that comes along with ADHD, fear of rejection, failure to launch. I have all of this stuff. And the way I overcome it is just going out and executing, even when I don't feel like executing. I didn't feel like getting on live stream today. I have a whole day of live streaming tomorrow. But this is a commitment I made to myself and my community of people that follow me. And so we're going to do the damn thing. All right. I'm here to help you do the thing. That's what I'm here to do. And I want to do it by hook or by crook. We're going to get the thing done. I need you to let go of your fear of failure. All right. And so I want to wrap this up. And I want to do this before New Year's. So before New Year's. The reason why we need to get out there and execute is the end of the year is when most people think a lot and execute very, very little. They're in shutdown mode. They don't really want to. They're depending on future self to execute in ways that present self ain't going to do. Present self is taking a wager that future self is going to have this magic ability to focus. They're going to have this determination to get things done. And so you're wagering a lot on your future state of mind. And once present self becomes future self says, I ain't doing all that. And that's the paradox. New Year's resolutions are usually planned without any kind of motion attached to them. And that's why they end up falling apart by February. Execution before January puts you ahead of all the people that are still getting ready. They're locked into getting ready mode. And some people never get out of get ready mode. They over prepare. And in this society, we are obsessed with all this preparation stuff and not about the doing the thing. and learning in the process, learning in motion. All right. Execution gap is a space between having an idea and taking the first viable option. Most people don't lack ideas. It's follow through that they lack. They're scared to fail. And that's a normal feeling, y'all. But sometimes you have to lean into the thing that scares you a little bit. Planning really does feel productive. Like planning feels good. Like you sit down, you're writing out stuff, you're planning for all these contingencies. It makes you feel like you have the big brain and you're smart. But really, sometimes it turns into this crutch. We're going to plan everything. We're going to plan all the way to the end. And then things change midstream, and now your plan is worthless. And now you have real-time feedback to implement. To me, that real-time feedback that you get is more valuable than the plan that you walked in with. But planning feels productive. Execution creates friction. Execution exposes your weak points. It's not a bad thing. It really isn't. People protect their ideas by never starting. We treat our ideas like little babies. If we wall them off and never expose them to the world, then they're going to grow into big ideas that never get born. As long as it's not public, as long as I don't execute on the thing, I can't fail. People, it belies the underlying fear of failure that we have in the society. I own a youth sports training business. My boy does the training. There is an epidemic of people that want to win without having to compete. It colors every layer of society right now. We have an entire generation of people that want to win without having to compete, without risking failing. They want all the rewards of going out and achieving without necessarily having to put in the work to do it. And it's not a good thing. And to me, it manifests as I'm scared to fail publicly. And for me, the failure is the most important part of the execution, because the thing that you didn't execute right, you get the feedback on how to execute it better. Okay. As long as it's not public, it can't fail. It is very damaging. Execution forces reality, and that's uncomfortable. Execution breaks down at the content side of things. Content is the first public step for most businesses. Putting your business out there on Front Street is typically the very first thing that people want to do in terms of generating business for themselves. The reason why they don't want to record their own content, they want to outsource it, is because they want to outsource the thinking of the business. And to me, the most important thing is showing that there's a human being behind your business and not just some marketing agency that's doing the work for you. Recording content forces clarity, it forces commitment, it forces accountability, forces you to be on message. Avoiding content is typically avoiding the execution. It's not avoiding the creativity. It's avoiding the narrowing of your message and locking into a specific audience. So that's why I make content kind of the first layer in terms of how to build your marketing machine. I always go with content first. Plus, social media platforms are starving for your content. They will prioritize it because it makes them money. And so why not utilize the mutually beneficial nature of the beast? If they're starving for your content, give it to them, but make sure your content puts money in your pocket and drives business to your doorstep. The 3 execution blockers are this. People fear being bad. Your first videos are gonna suck. That's just the game. It's part of learning. The first time you dribbled a basketball, you sucked. The first time you drove a car, you weren't good at it. That is okay. That's where the learning comes, y'all. That's where that learning piece shows up and makes itself available and says, hey, I'm ready to go. Beginners hate feeling like beginners. I'm asking you, I'm begging you, I'm imploring you. Get over that shit and embrace the concept of being the novice, because that's how you get better. You, in your beginning level marketing, is outperforming this person that has expert level knowledge and zero execution. Okay. They fear being wrong. Execution tests the idea. Why would you not want real world feedback if your idea is bad before you dump tens of thousands of dollars into it? Why would you not want that real world feedback? That real world feedback is invaluable. It's a game changer. It will say, this thing works as it is, or this thing could work if you change this, before you dump tens of thousands of dollars into it and hundreds of hours. Okay. Test the idea, get the feedback. Fear visibility. Being seen creates pressure. More times than not, nobody's going to see you when you first start out. And if you're lucky, those lucky few, people won't remember the mistakes as much as they remember what you did for them. So if you showed up on their feed and solved a problem for them, they're not going to worry about how many times you said or the words you mispronounced. You solved a problem for them. When it's time to make the purchase decision, you're top of mind. You do that enough, you end up dominating, you become the only person they come to. Execution isn't finishing. We got to reframe how we think about executing an idea, executing a thing, getting started on a thing, initiating a thing. We have to reframe the way we think about it. It is not a finishing line, it is a starting point. Okay. Execution is starting small and repeating until we get better at it, until we get proficient at it. When I was really locked into my training cycle and really locked into, I'm going to deadlift 600 pounds, it took me a long time to get up to the point where I felt comfortable holding 500 pounds in my hands. And then I got up to 6. But it took repetition. I did not walk in day one and say, I'm going to lift 600 pounds and lift 600 pounds successfully. It did not happen. I had to work my way up to it. I had to build up an adaptation so that it can handle that kind of weight. You are doing the same thing. Execution is not a finish line, it's the starting line. It's how you get the real world feedback to know, hey, this is how I can get better. Starting small and repeating, get the reps. Confidence comes after reps, not before. Anybody that walks in fully confident without executing a thing is a fool. You're being led astray. If you walk in 100% confident in the thing that you're executing, never have executed anything like that before, never have done anything like that before. Okay. I'd rather have that kind of marginal confidence that comes with knowing, hey, I executed this thing. I think I got this, versus this is a piece of cake, even though I've never done the thing before. But confidence comes, you build your confidence through successful repetition. You learn what to do and what not to do. Okay. So content is the safest execution step. We're not running ads, we're not doing inventory, there's no tech stack. You're just putting your ideas out there and seeing a response to them. Okay. That way you can validate, what kind of technology do I need to build on this product I'm selling? How do I optimize the products so that it meets most people's expectation? You haven't put any money in ads. You're utilizing the fact that social media prioritizes video right now. You're taking advantage of that. We're not dumping money into ads yet. And then the process is you create a social media post. If people are responding to it, that's when you say, okay, let me put some money behind the thing and make it an ad so more people see it. But you get to test out different marketing messages. And the only way you do that is by executing. It's the only way you do it. And it's the lowest risk way to move an idea forward. But there is a risk attached to it, y'all. You got to take a risk. You're not going to 100% insulate yourself from feedback or criticism and be successful at utilizing social media to drive business to your business. It just doesn't work. You have to take the risk. As long as you aren't ripping people off or selling them fraudulent services or products, you're good. If you're doing this in good faith and you really want to help solve people's problems, you're fine. You can be wrong. You're allowed to be wrong. As long as you take being wrong as a lesson and learn how to be right next time. I want you to record a 60 to 90-second video talking about your product or service. And the prompt is, this is the one thing my product or service does differently and why that matters to you as the consumer. So it's got to be audience focused. Okay. And when I say audience focused, I'm not talking about all the specs and tech specs or things that you care about. I'm talking about things that are going to be tangible benefits to your client. Okay. If you're offering air filtration, you're not going to sit there and talk about the types of filters you use and all that other stuff. It cleans bacteria and mildew particles and all that stuff. It cleans it out of the air so that your family is breathing comfortably. It's a benefit. You're breathing clean air because indoor air pollution is a real thing. And so we're solving that problem by our air filtration system. That's the message. You're being strict, you're being precise about the benefit that it provides to people. All right? That's what's important. Because people don't care about all the bells and whistles. When I bought my camera, I bought it because I liked the image and it was on sale. And it can give me a pretty good image being on sale. I didn't buy it because of all the ND filters and all that other stuff. I bought it because it served a purpose for me. And that's how you got to view it. Your audience don't care about all the things you care about as a specialist. They just want to make sure that you can put your skills into motion to benefit them. All right. 60 seconds, one idea, no disclaimers, post it and move on. All right. So before New Year's, I want to put this challenge out to y'all. Before New Year's, I want you to execute once. I want you to, this entire video live stream is about recording content for your business. Okay. Use the prompt, record it, and post it. That's what I want you to do. You got about 2 or 3 days to get it done. Perfect timing. Execute once before January 1st. And maybe the video content isn't the execution piece that you need. Maybe it's clarifying your message and even asking your friends on Facebook or friends on Twitter, or friends on whatever social media platform, hey guys, I'm doing this. What are some problems that you're having in this area that I can solve? Just get out there and execute the thing, do the thing, take a step towards the goal that you're trying to do, and step out publicly is kind of what I'm saying. I hope that makes sense. Don't wait for the momentum to carry it. You generate your own momentum. You make your own luck. You set your own stage. Do not sit around and wait for January 1st to roll around and you make this resolution that you're not going to keep. And then you got 5 other resolutions banging around in your brain. Your brain's trying to find equilibrium. It's trying to find that homeostasis thing where it's back to its normal. And so you're going to make all these changes on New Year's Day. And by January, your brain has forced you back into your normal way of doing things. And now you feel like a failure. Don't wait till January 1st to make a change. Resolutions are BS. It's time to leave that idea in the past. If you want to make the change, start making the small changes today. It doesn't have to be anything major or world changing. Okay. Starting now beats planning later. There are people that have been working on their business plan for 8 years. In that 8 years, if they had executed on one piece of that business plan, they would be a lot further along now than they are. But they still have this business plan that they're refining and editing. That's not how it works. Execution is rewarded. Planning is not. Okay. Most people don't fail. They delay failure. Failure is important to the process. Taking an L is important to the process. So you can learn how to execute better and be your best self. Execution separates builders from the dreamers. Launch something before the year ends. That's the challenge I'm laying down to you. If you want to be in the school community where we focus on taking your content ideas and turning them into business ideas, you can join the content the cash machine at school, SKOOL. I can post the link. You're probably going to see the link in the description of whatever video you're watching. But yeah, that's what I want you to do. Join the community. I do have I've taken my stand store and really tried to make it a parking place for all my tools that I use to create content, to generate ideas for myself. I have an entire library of AI prompts that I use to write marketing materials and do business plans and analyze businesses that I'm working with. I have all that stuff available in my stand store if you guys are interested in that. But realistically, when I hop on here, I don't hold anything back. If you got questions about aspects of content creation for business, or you just need somebody to kind of coach you up and give you the right push in the right direction, that's what the live streams are for, to interact. I don't hold stuff back on my live streams. If you ask me, I'm going to tell you. All right. And if I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know. But that's what this is for. Understand, the world, basically everybody gets rewarded for executing on the idea. Planning, not so much. The most important data you're going to find is stuff that the data that you get from going out and trying the thing and having a successful or unsuccessful effort, coming back to the drawing board, refining the thing and relaunching it. You keep doing that in different iterations, and that's how you win eventually. Sitting around and planning things to death is a stalling tactic. Accumulating all this knowledge, you got to download another ebook or take another course, that's a stalling tactic. It limits you from actually getting the stuff done the right way. I do appreciate your time. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Brian with the Cash Content Machine. If you got questions and you're seeing this, hit me up. I'm always available to answer questions. I do it, like I said, I have my free group and my paid group. Appreciate y'all time. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.